the podcast, of course, is a Christian podcast, and
Yep.
I know you have a strong spiritual life, and I really believe that we are in warfare every day, spiritual warfare, similar
Absolutely.
to warfare on the football field. And when you're a quarterback, you take a risk with your self-image, actually, because all eyes are on you all the time.
Yep.
So you got to be strong mentally, emotionally, and physically. You got to have durability in all those areas. And I know that because I played the position in college.
Yep.
But confidence is born of demonstrated ability. And that's big for quarterbacks as well, to gain that confidence. So I guess my question is, was there ever a time through your career in college, where you had to rely on your relationship with Christ? You had to rely on prayer to provide you with the strength to overcome or endure something that you were going through?
Yeah. I'd say every day would be the simple answer. And I mean, I wouldn't have got through it without the relationship with him. I don't know how people, I respect everyone, but I don't know how people who don't have a relationship with Christ get through some of the things that they get through. I think for me personally, I went through so much, and I was a starter at my dream school in my hometown at 18 years old. I was a starting quarterback, and we weren't winning. I mean, as you know, and as all these fans know, we weren't winning, and it wasn't a fun time. I mean,
yeah.
The goals that I came in with, and is well documented, what the goals I came in about changing the program and doing all that. And it sucks when you go 3-9 and as a starter your freshman year, and you were getting recruited, it's all perfect and rainbows, and as soon as you lose one game, all them fans ain't as nice no more. All them feelings that you were feeling ain't as nice no more. And real quick, you gotta, I had to, separate football from life. I felt like I was failing in football, and early in my career, I let that think I was failing in life. And I wasn't, obviously, but that's what it felt like. I felt like I was letting my family down, and I just felt like I was letting my home team down, my hometown down, and kind of everything in between. But I think losing early in my career helped me later in my career understand what matters and what doesn't. I think that's a huge thing that, people have trouble with today, not just in sports, but in anything. Failing at stuff is a huge part of life. And I am very thankful that I failed early in my career, because if everything would have went perfect, then, I'm cut right now from the NFL. I don't have a job like we were talking about before, but I'm fine mentally. I have a good relationship with God. I know I'm a good kid. I got a good family, and I know it's going to work out. And if not, then I know that God has other plans for me. But I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't have this mindset if I was successful throughout everything and never went through failure, and never had, those dark nights with God where I was, praying and crying to God, feeling like I was a failure. But going through that led me to here now, where I don't have a job. I'm staying at my best friend's house, but I'm as happy as could be. I have a great relationship with God. I know everything's going to work out, and some people might call me crazy for that. I don't think so. I think, God is good, and he always is going to be righteous and look out for whatever the plan that, our plan doesn't always line up with his plan. And his plan doesn't line up with our plan. And my plan might have been to go have a 10-year NFL career, but if that wasn't God's plan, it ain't happening. I mean, It doesn't matter what my plan was or not. So, I know that it's all part of a bigger plan. And if I'm supposed to play football and keep playing, then I'm going to keep playing. And, if God has, plans for me to do something else, then I'm going to go full force into that and have a positive, mind on it. Because I know that, God's done some amazing things for me and got me through a lot of stuff, but he's also took me to some mountaintops that I didn't even know were possible. And he's got me there. And I know that without him, I wouldn't have gotten, to those mountaintops, and I wouldn't have got out of those valleys. So I think the relationship with him is what, is my core, down to my soul.
You're listening to Absolute Empowerment with Coach Jeff Connors on the Sports Objective. Join Coach C, a USA Strength and Conditioning Hall of Famer, every Monday night as he and a variety of guests, including former players, former and current coaches, pastors, and others, will discuss relevant issues in coaching today's athlete, with the goal of equipping the athlete and those coaching them with the physical, mental, and spiritual armor necessary to live their best life.
Yeah, yeah.